Hello, in this video, I'm going to go over my favorite cheap SEO keyword research tool, and that is Keywords Everywhere. So this starts at $27 a year. I'll show you how to find that pricing. It's a little bit hidden, but this is a browser extension that you can download on Chrome, Firefox, or Edge. I use Chrome, so that's what I have it installed on. I've been using this for over 5 years, and it is very helpful. There's a lot of metrics and a lot of data and a lot of reports and a lot of insider information you can get with this keyword research tool. However, I'm not going to give you a full tutorial of everything you can do with this because I don't want to overwhelm you. So this tutorial is meant for people that are doing their own SEO campaigns that are not an SEO expert, and you just want to know what are the couple data points that I need to get started to really start dominating in Google searches to bring the most amount of organic traffic of buyers, of people that are actually going to come to your website and buy from you. So that is what this tutorial is meant for. It's not a full-blown tutorial. There are other ones like that on YouTube if you're interested in what all this software can offer. First, I want to show you how to get that secret pricing I talked about, and then I'll launch into how you can use this tool. So going into the pricing, all I did was I just clicked on pricing here. So going into this page, you'll see silver, gold, and platinum, and silver shows $72 billed annually. But if you scroll down, it says newbie, check out our bronze plan. So if you click on that, you will actually see this new page that is subscription/all plans at the top. And there's actually this bronze option for $27 billed annually. So it's only $2.25 a month. It gives you 100,000 credits. Every time you search with this extension on, that uses a credit. Basically, it's good for 100,000 searches. $27 a year is really cheap. So if you don't mind spending $27 a year, if it doesn't make or break you, I absolutely recommend it because you will get really clear, good data from this, and you can spy on competitors, which is really nice. So this is worth it. You can also toggle this off to where it's not using up a credit for your personal Google searches. So you can just turn it on when you are doing keyword research searches. So I'll show you how to do that. So this is my search for rose seeds. Keyword Surfer is the free tool that I recommend if you really don't want to spend $27 a year on Keywords Everywhere. But this is not very accurate because it's free. So this is by Surfer SEO. It's called Keyword Surfer, and this is showing over 8,000 searches a month for rose seeds. But if I turn off this extension, and then if I instead turn on Keywords Everywhere, so this is what Keywords Everywhere looks like, and then I can click here to turn it on. And when I do that, if I refresh the search, it'll show me different data. So all of this stuff is Keywords Everywhere that it's showing on the side. And then you'll see underneath the search bars where it gives you some information about this search. And this one shows 590 searches a month for rose seeds. And I have found by using Google's Keyword Planner, which is free to use, but you do have to run an ad campaign in order to be able to use it. So that's why I don't recommend that as a free tool for everyone, because it's kind of hard to access if you haven't run a Google Ads campaign before, or you don't want to do that. You can't really use that tool. So this one, when you look at Google's actual numbers in their Google Ads Keyword Planner tool, as well as some other paid SEO tools that my agency uses, I've just found that this Keywords Everywhere data is a lot more accurate than the free SEO Surfer tool. So the data points that are helpful with this tool are seeing the search volume, which this one is showing 590 a month. So you can know that this is probably going to be a little bit competitive if you're brand new at SEO and you are doing your own SEO yourself without a full team and with a small budget. You might want to add this to your campaign, but also go for some keywords with less search volume that are going to be less competitive. But then you can also see they have this competition number here. So they use a scale of 0 to 1 to say how competitive they think a keyword is going to be. So this is 0.99, meaning it's pretty competitive. And we can see that just by seeing that these are some pretty high domain authority websites. As I'll show you, if you hover over and as you scroll, hover over these metrics that are showing up underneath each of the websites in search results, you can actually see what the domain authority is for each of these websites, as well as how many backlinks they've had, if their domain authority is going up or down over time, which gives you a good indicator of, are they trying to rank on Google? Are they putting resources into their SEO? This one, Urban Farmer Seeds, they don't look like they're really putting much effort into their SEO because their domain authority trend has actually gone down slightly over the last 12 months. And then if we go to this next one, 58 out of 100 domain authority, and they've gone up just a little bit over the last 12 months. So it kind of gives you a good idea of how much authority your website should have with Google if you want to be at the top. Now, that being said, I know this because I've already looked at this. If we scroll down past Walmart, past Amazon, the very next search result, which is on this page. Okay, well, maybe not anymore. But earlier when I looked, there was a website on here that only had a domain authority of 6. Okay, I'm not seeing it on here anymore. So search results change over time. And this is the probably 4th or 5th time I've searched for rose seeds today. So Google's changing what it's showing me. But you can get a good idea. I will say that earlier I saw one that had a domain authority of 6 on the first page, which gives you a pretty good idea that you might actually be able to rank for this on a national level, even without being super competitive with the amount of backlinks that you're establishing and things like that. So those are the metrics I really recommend looking at: is search volume to know how competitive do we think this might be, the actual competition level that Keywords Everywhere gives you just to know how competitive do they think this is going to be, and then just looking at what are the metrics, what are the domain authorities looking like for the other websites that are appearing in searches. But also don't let these domain authorities, don't let that deter you from going after keywords. I will say I've been able to get some websites ranked above websites like Amazon and Walmart and Etsy, really high domain authority. This is 96 out of 100 with 6 billion backlinks. Like, obviously it seems like if you just go off those metrics, like you would never be able to beat that, right? But Google really wants to show really relevant, good quality websites that offer a really good experience to their users. And that's not always Amazon. So Urban Farmer Seeds offers a better experience for buying rose seeds than Amazon currently, which is why Google is putting Urban Farmer Seeds first and not Amazon. So don't let those metrics scare you. But again, it does give you a good idea of how much effort you're going to need to put into a certain keyword in order to rank for it. Now, another thing that I recommend using this Chrome extension for, Keywords Everywhere, is this people also search for section over here. So this just gives you an idea of some other long tail keywords, just meaning keywords that have multiple words in them. So they are longer search terms, but you can find some other long tail keywords to target that maybe don't get as much search volume. So at the top, eBay Australia for whatever reason is coming up, and then how to plant roses, which is almost 15,000 searches a month in the US. Maybe not targeting that one, that might be a little bit more difficult, even though it does show a pretty low competition, which is interesting. Maybe that meant to be a 1. I don't know. I guess there's not as much buyer intent with that. So anyway, so maybe you could actually rank pretty high for this. Maybe it is lower competition than we think based on the search volume. But I will say, if you scroll down to these really low search volume, like 10 searches a month, rainbow rose plant online, or rose hip seeds for sale, how to germinate dry seeds, which shows 0, which in my experience means 10 or less per month. It doesn't mean that nobody's searching for it. It just means that over time, the average is 0 per month. But there could be, maybe in the springtime, 10 or 20 people actually are searching for that. And then just the rest of the year, no one's really searching for it. So all I'm saying here is that if you can look at these low search volume keywords that are going to pop up in your search when you use the Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension, this can give you a really good idea of what to create blog content about and what are just some other keywords that you want to target on your website to start ranking for things, to start bringing in some traffic. Because even though you're not going to get a ton of sales if you get number 1 for planting wild rose hips, which only gets 10 searches per month on average, you're not going to get thousands of visitors flooding to your website from that every month. But you are going to start getting some people coming in, and those are people that are actually interested in planting rose hip seeds, which I don't even know if that's the same thing as roses, but you get the point. If you have people coming into your website that are genuinely interested in what you have to offer, there's a pretty high chance that they're actually going to engage and maybe become a fan or purchase from you or join your email list or come back or follow you on social media, whatever that looks like. But you have a higher chance of having these people engage with you when they come to your website. Plus, it also starts to establish that authority with Google, where they say, okay, we are ranking you for these low competition, low search volume keywords, and you're doing really well in those search results. People are coming to your website, they're staying, they're clicking, they're engaging. So we're going to start to serve your website higher in other search results too. So it helps with that snowball effect of SEO, where you start to rank for these low keywords, and then over time you'll start to rank for more and more high volume keywords, which is really where the traffic is. So there's a lot more that Keywords Everywhere can do, but just to keep it simple, looking at the search volume as well as that competition level, that's going to be helpful as far as looking at keywords goes. Looking at what are the domain authorities of the other websites showing up in search results, and then also looking at what are some other keywords I could target that are really similar and that could also bring in traffic, but without me having to rank for those really competitive keywords, which could take a while to rank. So those are the things that I recommend using this for. Again, there's a lot of really, really cool features for this, and I might do another video at another time. But if you want to go deeper, just know that there's a ton of tutorials online for keywords everywhere. So I recommend checking those out if you want to go deeper. But if you're someone who gets overwhelmed and you really just want to do the bare minimum to get results, just stick to the few metrics that I showed you to look at with this tool. So again, $27 a year. And don't forget that when you go to the website, if you go to the pricing page, you can scroll down to check out the bronze plan, and that one's only $27 a year. So don't forget that. Thanks for watching.